I built an AI agency to 80K a month in revenue, and today I'm shutting it down. If you're thinking about starting an AI agency in 2026, please watch this before you do it. Because 80K a month on Stripe does not nearly mean 80K in your pocket. In our best month, out of that 80K, around 56K went straight to contractors, 3K to software, and at least another 1-2K on other business expenses. So the AI agency model itself is completely broken for two main reasons that I'm going to share later in this video. Also, I'll demo exactly what we're building now and why our margins jumped to 70% plus. By the end, you'll know exactly what I would do if I had to start over today. But first, let me give you a quick backstory so you understand exactly how we got here. So personally, I've been building AI for over 4 years now. Before ChatGPT was even a thing, I was already building AI solutions as a freelancer on Upwork. Back then, it was primarily GPT-3 and my own custom models, which looked way less magical than AI today. Then, after ChatGPT came out, the demand for my services just exploded. I started getting so many requests that I immediately decided to start hiring people. And at first, we were building all kinds of custom solutions: standalone AI web apps, classification systems, fine-tuning LLMs, and so on. But by the end of 2023, it became clear that AI agents were the next big thing. So we released our own agent framework that we initially developed internally for our own clients and decided to focus almost entirely on that. Now, our best month was in mid-2024, around 80K a month in revenue and roughly 15 active clients on our Agents as a Service subscription. And yes, I learned a ton and I definitely don't regret anything, but for all the work I've put in, it actually didn't make me that much money. At least nowhere near what other YouTubers claim to be making. You see, at first I got really excited when I saw the 80K a month on Stripe, but then later I realized that it's not even my money yet, because we still have to deliver those services. And this is the part that gets completely hidden online, because even out of that 80K, less than 30% was profit. And the AI agency model is completely broken for these two main reasons. So reason number one is simple. Building custom AI solutions just doesn't scale. In any other type of an agency like SMMA or a web design agency, the outputs that your team produces are always roughly similar. So you go through the same process for every client every single time. With an AI agency, however, even there is a problem that sounds similar on a sales call, once you actually start building, you realize it's a completely different project. This actually happened to us many times. For example, we just recently onboarded a client who came to us and wanted to build a very advanced rack system. And on the first call, I was clear that our primary area of expertise is AI agents. So initially, we started working only on that. But then the client kept asking our developer for more and more features and insisting on new requirements. So it turned into a full software product with custom UI, backend, off deployments, and so on. And this is what I've seen also across many other projects as well. Each client has very different requirements. They want to connect to very different systems, and many bigger clients even want you to deploy everything on their own infrastructure. So in the end, you're not building any kind of IP or leverage. You end up either as a full-time developer or a project manager with a normal job. And unlike with many other agency models, scaling makes this worse, not better, because more clients just means more issues and more people to manage. So your margins don't automatically improve with scale. The only reason some gurus can still make the AI agency model look good on paper is because they can charge 10x the market rate. You won't be able to charge anywhere near that unless you have a 300K plus YouTube channel. Additionally, in a lot of times, more than 90% of that comes from their courses or communities, so they don't have to take those lower value clients, and they can only focus on massive enterprises. And that brings us to reason number two, which is even more important today. Reason number two is that this business model gets worse as AI gets better, and most likely it won't even exist by the end of 2026. Today, if I need to automate something in my own business, I no longer even send it to our developers anymore. I just send it to Cursor or Claude Code. Because sending a task to AI is basically the same as sending a task to a developer. The only difference is that now I have full control, I know the exact process, and so I can fine-tune the system to match exactly what I need. And I've also seen this with clients. Oftentimes, the best person to train an AI agent is the person who's going to be using that agent, because almost anyone knows how to prompt today. And oftentimes, these people are the only ones who have all the necessary context to actually create a good prompt. And on top of that, every single platform already has AI integrated. So the same stuff that used to be a 3 to 5K AI project, like an internal company knowledge chatbot, is now a 30-minute setup. And a lot of AI agencies today are just basically a prompt plus NA10 with some branding on top. That's not a strong business model. This is also why some YouTubers are now pitching the new AI transformation partner model instead, essentially charging clients more for consulting than for the actual implementation. And sure, I think this might work for maybe another 6 months, but no more than that, because soon this will all just be normal. Using AI is already becoming an essential skill for any knowledge worker. And in 2026, this will only accelerate. Additionally, this consulting pitch is much harder to sell because it's not directly tied to any outcomes. So you also need to have a very strong brand. So the two main reasons why I'm not building an AI agency anymore are: number one is just way too custom, and number two, it gets commoditized every single month. So what am I doing instead? I'll show you first, and then I'll explain why this fixes everything. Okay, so our new pitch is we get you qualified appointments booked straight onto your calendar, and you only pay for a qualified appointment booked. And if you end the meeting early because the lead isn't qualified, we also replace it completely for free. Just changing this one thing, by the way, our offer to an outcome-based pricing made it way easier to sell. Seriously, those two clients were the easiest sales calls I've ever had. Loom videos are also automatically personalized with AI. You can see me in one of these videos saying the prospect's name and talking over their website, but it's all AI generated. Hey Atisha, my name is Arseny, I'm the CEO of Appointlify, and I recorded this Loom just to show you that I'm a real human, so you can see that I'm actually scrolling through your website. This helps to significantly improve the conversion rates. After the campaign is launched, the campaign manager agent also tracks all the daily metrics in this Google Sheet and adjusts things if something goes out of the KPI range. So we're still scaling the system, but we've already onboarded 2 clients and we've generated 4 appointments for one of them last week, which is $1,000 in revenue at our current price of $250 per appointment, with almost no manual effort. And our API costs are actually pretty low as well. All in, after onboarding, a booked appointment costs us around $11 in API and infra costs. However, we're also paying for some subscriptions like Clay and Instantly, for example, which probably also add a few dollars. But even with all the development effort and all the API costs, our margins are now way above 70%. And this should get even better with scale. I'll share more numbers on this channel later once we scale it a bit more. And in a minute, I'll also do a more detailed walkthrough and break down every single step of this process. So after all this, here's the main realization I had. Your goal should not be to sell AI agency services. Today, your main goal should be to build AI systems instead. Business owners no longer want to experiment, and what used to work in 24 and 25 no longer applies today. They have all seen that MIT study with 95% of Gen AI pilots fail, so they no longer want custom solutions. They want proven workflows that bring consistent results. We built this whole client acquisition pipeline internally at first, because it was one of our biggest problems. And it became so good that it didn't even make sense for us to sell it once to every client. It made way more sense to use it ourselves and sell the outcomes, because that's where the margins actually improve. And for our clients, this makes perfect sense too, because they know exactly what they're paying per meeting and they can calculate the ROI immediately. So here's the new model. You don't brand yourself as an AI agency at all anymore. You brand yourself like any other traditional service-based agency on the market. A social media marketing agency, a content agency, recruiting agency, accounting agency, and so on. But on the back end, you don't run like a traditional business. You run like an AI startup. And you focus not on the services, but on the outcomes instead. 20% more revenue, 10 more book calls, or 50 hours of their time back. And after that, you automate the whole delivery on the back end ruthlessly with AI. So this way, every new client doesn't require almost any manual work except for the onboarding. That's what actually gives you leverage. It means the same system runs again and again, and you can scale it over time. I actually had a podcast with JP who did exactly that way before anyone else. He built an agency called Gym Members Now, and his company is now officially valued at over $5 million by a third party. He even has better reviews on Google than Harmoz's gym launch. And here's the kicker. His website barely mentions AI at all, even though the whole thing is almost fully automated, from lead nurturing to SEO and even to inbound calls. Now, this model does have a downside. It requires a larger time commitment from you before you can see the first results. You first need to find and understand a valuable process that can be automated and scaled with AI. Only then you'll be able to sell it. But given that the upside is exponentially larger with this model, I think that the risk is totally justified. Besides, with AI today, you can test and iterate way faster than you could ever do before. What used to take months to build can now be done literally within a week. And if you don't know what to build, you can also simply ask ChatGPT. For example, you can ask which processes are most time-consuming in solar companies. This will instantly give you a ton of ideas for your own niche. And that's exactly what we did as well. Lead generation was one of our most painful problems, and now we not only solved it for ourselves, but we also turned it into a scalable, reusable product. Before AI, automating this process end-to-end would simply be impossible. So let me show you how exactly it works step by step in more detail. Make sure to stay until the end for my full week-by-week roadmap in 2026. Okay, so here's the general process for Appointlify, and this is pretty much what I do for every new service or a product. I map out the whole process step by step so that I know what I can automate later. So here on this diagram, every single block is an action that can be performed by one of 4 entities depending on its color. In total, there are 3 main stages to this entire flow. The first one is the onboarding process, the second one is execution and optimization, and the last one is the client feedback loop. The whole thing kicks off from the client commitment. So whenever a client commits to minimum 10 appointments at $150 per appointment, we start off from the onboarding. And the first step in the onboarding process for our client is to chat with the ICP and offer creator agents. So these agents are currently deployed on our platform agency, and essentially what they do is they generate these 2 documents. The first one is the ICP document, and the second one is the offer document. Both are extremely important for effective marketing campaigns. So these agents, they not only help the client to create those documents, they also help to strengthen the offer and clarify their positioning in the market. In the meantime, our team starts to set up the mailboxes for our clients in parallel and starts the warm-up. To start the warm-up, all we need to do is also just simply tell an agent to start the warm-up, and it's going to update all of the accounts that we've added to our automation software instantly with all the right parameters and flag if there are any setup errors for any of those mailboxes. And while the mailboxes are warming up, we also are scraping the leads in parallel from sources like LinkedIn Sales Navigator, Apollo, or for some clients, more creative sources like, for example, even Google Maps. And to scrape the leads, all we need to do is take this ICP document that was previously generated by an agent and put it into another agent that generates a LinkedIn search that looks something like this. So this is a search, for example, for digital marketing agencies, and it produces really good results. From these searches, all the leads then automatically go into Clay, which is the third-party software for data enrichment. So here in Clay, we then scrape all of their information, all of their company details, all of their personal details, even posts from LinkedIn. We find their email addresses with their email finder action, which is really good, by the way. And then finally, at the very end, we send all this information to our own custom backend, which is where all the magic happens. But before we can send it to our own backend, we also need to clone their voice with 11 Labs. There are actually very similar platforms like SenseSpark, which aim to do exactly that, but they don't use professional voice cloning, and they also don't automate the whole process end to end, and they have a bunch of other issues. So our system is a huge improvement from that. And the final step for our clients after we've cloned their voices is to record this evergreen Loom video, which we will then personalize with AI. So the Loom scripts are also generated by another Loom generator agent, which uses both of those documents that the clients have created before, the ICP and the offer, to create 3 different variants. If our clients don't want to use their voice and their identity, this agent can also generate the recordings with other standard 11 Labs voices. And at this point, we should have pretty much everything to kick off the campaigns. So in order for us to do that, all we need to do is simply tell the agent to launch the campaign, and then this agent is going to verify that everything is correct and create the first campaign for our client. And then we go into the next stage, which is the execution and optimization. So here there is another agent that tracks the campaign performance daily, and this agent is currently integrated into N8N. So once a day there is a scheduled trigger that simply triggers our agent on agency. And by the way, we now have an official node on agency, so check it out, guys. And here this node simply sends the message to this campaign manager agent, and the agent simply logs all of the metrics into this Google Sheet. So you can see that now we've sent around 500 looms for ourselves, and so far our metrics look extremely good. However, if there's anything that's out of the KPI, then we also flag that and we try to adjust either the body email copy, either the personalization or the lead sources that we're using to scrape the leads. And if everything is in order, then the client simply takes the sales calls, hopefully makes sales and makes money, while we keep the ongoing optimization and track the campaign performance daily metrics and then adjust the volume or any other parameters as needed. Okay, so that's our general 3-stage process. And as you can see, pretty much everything in this process is already automated, especially in stage 2. So the whole thing runs pretty much completely by itself on autopilot, and we don't even have to hire any new people in order to onboard more clients. Now, here's exactly what I would do if I started from scratch today. Week 1, I would pick a service-based industry where money is already flowing. Something boring like an accounting or an SEO agency. And then I would talk to ChatGPT or other people who are already in the space to better understand their process. For example, in accounting, you typically get CSVs with transactions from different banks, from different clients, and then you have to turn that into clean books and real financial reporting. Week 2, I would sell the outcome manually. No automation yet. I would simply position myself as a traditional accounting agency and sell the result. Now, a quick note here is that you can include the word AI in your branding for now, but as I mentioned earlier, this will probably work only for another 6 months. The main thing to keep in mind at this stage is that if your service doesn't provide value without AI, it won't provide value with AI. So start from the problem first. Would a business pay for this outcome even if it was done manually? If yes, then keep going. If no, switch to a different workflow or to a different niche really fast. Week 3, after I get the first yes, I would start building the system, but only for the steps that are repetitive. So an AI system here is simple. It ingests the CSVs you have, it figures out the structure, even if they're completely different every time, it categorizes the transactions, and it builds accurate P&L statements. GPT 5.2, by the way, is exceptionally good at that. Week 4, I would iterate with real users. I would ask for feedback aggressively to see what's missing and what else we could improve. And then I would keep working on the system until the output is consistent. From there, if you got to this point, you got a real productized system that can be scaled to oblivion. This is how just in 1 month of work, you can build something that might completely change your life thanks to AI. If you want to see exactly how I built those agents step by step from scratch, I recorded a full video on that so you can apply this to your own niche. Consider watching that next, and I'll see you there.